Race 6 of the IBSF Women's Bobsleigh World Cup at the Olympic track at Lillehammer in Norway. A deep overnight freeze had left the ice hard and fast. Third sled out the previous day's monobob joint gold medalist Brianna Walker, but a miscalculation by the Aussie tipped her over, and she and Kiara Rodinguez, crashing at over 75 miles an hour, had a rough ride down to the finish line. And they were not the only crew to go over. The final sled was Canadian rookies Erica Voss and her brakewoman Eden Wilson. They crashed out of 10 and 11, a long run down to the finish line. Fortunately, both crews were okay. Fifth place after the first of the two heats, 22-year-old Swiss driver Deborah Annan with brakewoman Mara Morel. They were starting in the top 10. And her limited experience on the track, she was out driving any previous performance. Previous best, 7th place in St. Moritz, but she would hold on to the lead with 4 sleds to go, guaranteeing herself a best ever World Cup result in the top 5. Just 400s faster than her in the first heat had been Austria's Kathi Beil. Kathi had finished in 8th place in the previous year's race, but now had an outside shot at the medals. Just 700ths out of bronze. First job would be to hold off Deborah Annan, and on this tough driving track it was always going to be close. She had just enough in store though to keep her nose in front. Maybe a medal might still come Austria's way. The top 3 sleds were all German. 2300ths off the lead, Lisa Buchwitz with Kira Lipperheider behind her. And last year's world champion in women's bobsleigh was not about to let this one go. 4th place the previous year, she'd missed out on the podium, but this was a strong effort. A fast start, the fastest in the competition from Buchwitz and Lipperheider, allowing Lisa to drive herself into the medals, guaranteeing at least a European bronze. Last year's winner in Lillehammer was Kim Kalicki with Leonie Fiebig. They'd been a little off the pace at the start, Kalicki limping after the first run, but at the second time of asking, they got a cracking start in just 400 slower than Buchwitz and Lipperheider. And with a handy first heat advantage, her eyes were on trying to chase down a second win on the Lillehammer track. It was a good run, faster than her teammate and enough to put her in the lead with 1 to go. It could still be a win for Kalicki. In her 40th World Cup Women's Bobsleigh race, Lauren Alter had 800ths of a second in hand. With teammate Leonie Kluvig, another strong start gave them that extra advantage. Back in 2016, the young Lauren Alter had been the Youth Olympic champion in Lillehammer. It's still one of her favourite tracks. She was the silver medalist last year, but she drove away from her teammates to claim the gold this year. Her 5th win of the season. The Olympic champion is now a 4-time European gold medalist as well, adding the women's bobsleigh gold to the European gold she'd won the previous day in monobob. Lauren Alter, the winner, leading her German teammates, and she is the new European champion. Last year's World Cup title winner extends her lead at the top of the standings, and she rounds out her Lillehammer weekend with 2 European titles.